Ever wondered what these function keys do in your Windows keyboard? Alright. Every Windows keyboard has something called F1 to F12, various different function keys, and those function keys have specific tasks that they perform whenever you press them. What do those tasks are? What they do specifically? Let me show you and let me tell you what these function keys does in our Windows. So if you come into your Windows, you would find that these F1 to F12 have a specific task. For example, F1 is help. Every time you press F1, it will pop up a help. So as soon as you press F1 in your browser, in your Internet Explorer, in your File Explorer, or on your desktop, basically it pops up something called a help key. So as soon as I press F1, here you go, and the help window would pop up. So if you are in your, for example, PowerPoint, if I press F1, the help window would pop up. If you are in your browser, you press F1, basically a help window comes up. So F1 is always for your help window. Currently I'm having problem with my internet, and it's just telling me how you can enable whatever troubleshooting I'm having with internet as well. So here's my small help for internet as well. So F1, whenever you need to find a help or a quick help about anything that you're using, any window you're using, just press F1 and the Windows help will pop up, letting you know what you can do with that or what you cannot do with that. F2 is rename. So whenever you need to rename any particular file, you will typically right click on it, go in the rename options and find the rename options here. Now it's hidden, so you just go inside show more and you want to rename. See, this again is very difficult. Where's my rename gone? Here it is, right? So now you have to do 2-3 clicks, just waste time. So much easiest thing we do in the life is press function F2. F2 basically means that you rename my file, right? So I rename it. So whenever you need to rename any component anywhere, just press F2 and the rename pop-up will appear. That's the shortcut key, best thing we do. Function F2. F2 keys allows us to rename. So any component, any file you want to rename, F2, that's the trick. You use F2 to rename your files. Then let's just move to the next key. Now the next key in our list is F3. F3 uses your quick search box. So if I come here and I press F3, it will quickly pop my and take my control to my search window. So whenever I want to search a particular thing in my Explorer, I just press F3 and boom, the control goes automatically to my search box, and I want to search for any particular thing, for example BG, search it and it will pop up the search window on whatever elements I want to search in my Explorer. So I can search for a file in a folder or an entire drive, just press F3 and the search window pops up. The fourth is in our list is called, oops, where's the fourth gone? Fourth gone. Highlight the address bar in Explorer. So if I press F4, the address bar is highlighted for letting me know which components I'm basically able to search. So if I come back here, go back inside my folder, press F4 and my Explorer bar is visible. Okay, so it just highlights and takes me to my Explorer bar, letting me know which path I'm working on. Maybe I want to switch or change the Explorer path. So this F4 key is used for that particular purpose. Okay, so to navigate this thing, you use F4 bar, address bar. Same thing goes for in your browser as well, I believe. So if you press F4, it will take you to the URL browser as well. F5 is something that everybody has been using. It's for refresh key. So every time you press, your Windows refreshes. We go on the desktop mode and it just press F4, it refreshes our window, right? So F5 is always uses our refresh window. So whenever you need to refresh anything, refresh any components, just press F5, it will refresh and update it. And even your web pages. So if your browser and you want to refresh your page, hit F5, it will refresh it. F6. Now F6 basically allows us to cycle through elements. So for example, if I'm in my PowerPoint, if I press function F6, now you can see this is cycling through components. It's highlighting the keys. If I press F6 again, now it's in the slides mode. Here it is. Now if I press F6 again, now this window is highlighted. So it allows us to cycle through certain different elements, whether it's in your desktop mode. If you are in your desktop mode and you press F6, you will notice that it will basically cycle through your Windows key. So now this Windows key is being cycling. Now the search bar, now this icon here is being cycled. So this is what we get, and then Alt plus F8 shows login password on your start screen. Okay, so it will show you the login screen. So as soon as you press Alt F8, it take you to the login screen and for the passwords. F10 would activate the menu bar in your active window. So F10 pressing will pop up the active menu bar, for example, file, start, edit, or whatever the menu bar is. No matter which window you are working with, whether it's your Word, PowerPoint, or your browsers, pressing F10 would pop up the basic menu bar icons. Similarly, there is F11 and F12 keys as well that have their own specific functions, and sometimes they just don't do any functions at all. Right, so let me know which function keys you are aware of and which function keys you have been using regularly, or what other functions you can do with your function keys. This is Windows Tech signing off. See you around.